everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by my shirt, I'm doing yet another summer I turned pretty video because it's been 2 months and I'm still incredibly enthralled. Yes, hello. This is my technically my third, the summer I turned pretty themed video. I'm wearing a cousin's rowing shirt that my mom made me. But my first summer I turned pretty video was a reaction, and that is my most viewed video on my channel, so be sure to check that out. It like blew up. And then my second one is a drive with me where I talked about it a little bit, and I will have both of those linked down below. But for today's video, a lot of preparation has ensued, okay? Because I'm going to be ranking almost all of the Conrad and Belly scenes from season 1. I have seen the show twice through, back to back, and of course I have rewatched the scenes. I mean, there was a period there where I would watch the ending scene before bed every night, which was really unhealthy. I was so obsessed. But they're on TikTok all the time. I'm always watching YouTube edits. It's bad, guys. It's really bad. Yeah. So we're gonna be ranking all of the scenes. I used a BuzzFeed article to make sure that I got the majority of the scenes because it's hard to remember all of them. And then I also thought of a few that they didn't have. So I will have the link to the article that I used, and then I'm gonna try to show some of the clips from the scenes that I'm referencing, or like pictures, so that you're aware. But obviously there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the show, please don't watch this unless you just want to get it spoiled. So I have 23 scenes on my notes app, and I have them all ranked. I'm going to start at number 23 and go up to number 1. This is definitely an evolving list. Like, I'm sure by the time that I edit and upload this video, some of my opinions will be changed, but this is where I stand at this current moment. Here we go. I have the episodes for you and everything, thanks to that BuzzFeed article for coming through. Okay. So my least favorite, and when I say least favorite, I've still watched it like 80 times, but my least favorite on this list of the Conrad and Belly scenes is the scene in episode 6 where she calls Jeremiah to come and pick her up after the girls ditched her at the lake. And they come and they bring both, actually Conrad comes without being called, and they show up at the same time, and it's just so funny. Like, particularly this part, it cracks me up. It's so funny. Number 22 is the muffin flashback in episode 1. Surprisingly, I ranked a lot of the flashback scenes fairly low, which is kind of weird because I think the main thing that I like about Belly and Conrad is that they're childhood friends to lovers, which is my favorite trope. But yeah, this scene is surprisingly down low. There's just apparently 21 other scenes that I like more. But it's super cute. You can see that, like, even if Conrad didn't realize it, he's always loved Belly and always cared for her, and it's just so cute. Number 21 I feel like might be kind of controversial, but this is probably one of the scenes that I've watched the least over and over again. I like a lot of the parts leading up to it, but this scene in particular is not at the top of my list, and it is the belly flop, which is so controversial because I feel like the belly flop is a really iconic part of the show, and it's not that I don't like it, there's just things that I like more. This part's, it's very dramatic and it's good for the first episode, but like, it gets juicier. Ooh, the next one is in episode 2. I've kind of combined moments here because I think it's easier than separating them, but I'm going to be talking about the Jeep scene in episode 2 after the bonfire. So first I'm going to talk about why I ranked this what I did, and like both of the parts of the scene that I'm like discussing. So the first part of the scene is where Cam kisses Belly, and Jeremiah and Conrad have to watch. I remember they released this scene before the show came out, and I probably watched it on TikTok like 80 times because I was like, oh my god. So we have a little taste of jealous Conrad, and I just eat it up. And then there's the part where Jeremiah goes to get Steven, and so Belly and Conrad are in the Jeep alone, and he like starts touching her hair. As a book girly, I was like, oh my god, it's like the book. Now we're on number 19, and this is kind of where it started getting hard. Like, I really had a hard time after I ranked the bottom 4 because I was like, I don't know where to go from here. Number 19 is also in episode 1, and it is the scene where Conrad and Belly are on the beach together, and Belly is like, you need to stop smoking, and Conrad's like, okay, I'll do it for you, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? I'll just show you. This scene is just so cute. Like, the way that he looks at her, I think specifically what I like is all of like the non-verbal communication that's going on. And I think I tend to like that a lot in shows. Like, I think it shows a lot about the character, and you can tell that they're really good at acting if they're good at their nonverbal cues, and this scene is a really good example of that. Number 18 is in episode 5, and I hold this one near and dear to my heart because I love the parallels that I will talk about later, but it's the flashback dance scene where Belly is learning to dance and Conrad like comes over and helps her. Literally, I think she's supposed to be like 11 or 12 in this scene, and she's just like, you know, the little 12-year-old girl who's in love with her brother's best friend, and like relatable, so relatable. And he comes over and like tells her that she's doing great, and it's just besties. I get so giddy. And even like talk calmly. Like, I just freaking love this show. Jenny Han did like a fabulous job of this coming to life, and I could talk about it forever. Number 17 is one of the scenes that wasn't on the BuzzFeed list that I found, but I was like, this is such a like special moment. So it's in, I think, episode 4. No, episode 3. It's in episode 3. I think it's Belly's birthday, and yeah, it's her birthday dinner, and Cam is there, and Cam like kisses her on the lips, and then it pans to Conrad like literally losing his mind. I'm like a big fan of jealous Conrad. Number 16 is from the same episode, episode 3. Except this time they're at Nicole's party, and like Belly and Conrad are like death staring each other. That's a Taylor Swift song right there. Number 15 grinds my gears, but it is such a special moment in the show, and I think a very monumental moment. So of course what I'm talking about is episode 4, 4th of July, Almost Kiss. The Almost Kiss. This is where my shift to being full-on Team Conrad ensued, because when I read the book in book 1 and 2, or in book 1, I was very much Team Jeremiah when I read it the first time, and so like when I was watching the show, I like really wanted to be Team Jeremiah, but then he did this, and I was like, I just can't, and this is where I went full-on Team Conrad. I was already wavering, and this set me over the edge. But it's such a monumental moment for both of the characters. And what I love so much about this scene is that like you can feel Belly like having an internal freak out because like the crush that she's had her whole life is about to kiss her, and then he doesn't, and it's like heartbreaking. Like, he's breaking her little young heart, and it kills me, but it's such a good part of the plot. Number 14 is in episode 6. And this is where we get to see episodes 6 and 7 are probably my favorite of the show because a lot happens and a lot of character development happens. But the scene that I'm talking about right now is where Conrad gets super nervous to ask Belly to the ball, and Belly like plays hard to get, which like slay. But like Conrad is like visibly nervous and is like trying to ask her to the ball, and it's just so precious. Number 13 has lived in my head rent-free. It really has. It's the scene in episode 1, ladies. Okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's wearing that pink sweatshirt, and he says, "What do you give me if I do?" Bestie, the way that I would have confessed my love right then and there, like Belly, it took everything in her. I know it did. I know it did. Number 12 is another scene that I also hold really near and dear to my heart, because I memorized the words to this scene when they released it on TikTok prior to the show coming out, and it was like a constant loop in my brain. It was so bad. It's the drive-in scene. Well, not the drive-in scene, but the argument that ensues after the drive-in. This is in episode 2. This one I really wanted to put up high, but when I was looking at the rest of the list, I was like, they're like not happy in this scene, so I feel like I shouldn't put it up high. But the tension and the chemistry in this scene, like incredible acting, so freaking good. Like, oh, I was obsessed with this when it dropped. I was. Number 11 also is in episode 2, and it is the scene before she leaves to go on the date with Cam, and Jeremiah's like, oh my god, you look really good, and Conrad's like trying to sneak a peek but like not be obvious about it. I eat that up. Now we have made it to the top 10, so it got tricky, okay? This is what took me a while, is ranking my top 10. Here we go. Coming in at number 10, we have episode 7, aka the best episode of the season, and it is the Good Muffins scene. This is like, literally my heart breaks every time I watch this, like every time, because my soul shatters for him. Rightfully so, like he deserves it. But like, he got her the good muffins. Like, Belly is such a legend, because if Conrad got me the good muffins, I would be like, yeah. But she's like, no, I don't want them. Like, what a slay. Like, how iconic. Only childhood friends could do that. Okay, number 9 is a scene that I love because I think that the music choice was perfect, the timing was perfect, and it is in episode 6 when the Party's Over by Billie Eilish is playing. She goes out onto the dock after getting the annoying "you up" text from Conrad, and basically he's like, I don't want to lose you, and she's like, it's too late. He gives her the infinity necklace. Like, everything about it is perfect. The lyrics match up perfectly with this scene, and I just love it. Number 8 also has to do with the infinity necklace, and it is the scene on the 4th of July in episode 4 when Conrad is rinsing off the mud and Belly comes up and basically says that he looks like he has that he's very romantic when he has wet hair, and she straight up asks him if he bought the infinity necklace for her. This is not on my list, but flash forward to when he knocks on Belly's door the next day with wet hair. Like, so iconic. The effect that she has on him. Number 7 is a scene that brings me so much joy, because every time I hear this song now, I think about it. This is the first scene that they released of the show on TikTok, and I watched it numerous times, as I did all the other scenes on TikTok, and was like, this is absolutely perfect. And I was so excited because another Taylor Swift song was in this show, and I was in Wilmington, like where they filmed the show, when we first found out that This Love was featured in the trailer, so like that was really exciting. But of course I'm talking about the lover scene in episode 1. I just think, like, I don't know, it just describes it perfectly. Like, it does. Like, there's a dazzling haze, a mysterious way about you, dear. Haven't known you 20 seconds or 20 years. Like, how perfect. Number 6 is in episode 5, right after the 4th of July, where Conrad wakes up in his cousin's rowing shirt and is smiling because Belly sent him a good morning text. Episode 5 is also one of my favorite episodes. Like, I really like 5, 6, and 7. I think they're just really good. I just love them. But he's super smiley and giddy, and I just love it. I just love it. Okay, now we're in the top 5. So coming in at number 5 is the scene in episode 4 where Conrad teaches Belly how to make the bed. Like, and then she's like, is this how it would be when I'm, like, if we're older? And I'm like, oh my god, like, your dreams are coming true, queen. Like, it's okay. Number 4, pretty much the entirety, like I said, the volleyball scene, but it's pretty much the entirety of episode 6. Like, all of the stuff that goes down with the volleyball tournament. Oh, it is like jealous Conrad is activated. He's like, go Team Belly, get your hands off my woman. Like, he is like pulling out all the stops to win her attention, and it's a slay. It's a slay. Their handshake, the hug, oh, everything about the entire volleyball montage, perfection. Number 3 is the most, I think it's the part where I think Conrad is the cutest, and it's in episode 5 when he goes and visits her at the dead ball practice and like does the cute little wave that reminds me of Harry Styles. Like, oh my god, like, he goes all the way there to like wave, and then he leaves, and then a lot goes down, but like, that scene is good. We're in the top 2. So I took a long time to decide what I wanted to put first and what I wanted to put second, but I ultimately decided this, and I'm pretty sure now. So coming in at number 2 is the actual kiss scene, the finale scene of the season. Like, Taylor Swift in the background, the timing is perfect. I can't not listen to This Love and think of this scene. The I do want you, the timing of that line. Good stuff, good stuff. And coming in at number 1, by far the most iconic moment. I was on Twitter when I found out this song was used, and as soon as I put together where they were gonna put it at, I like needed a second. And I'm talking about The Way I Loved You scene, also paired with the little cute little locking eyes moment at the dead ball. The entirety of the dead ball is just perfection, and like I feel bad for Jeremiah, I really do, but like Conrad and Belly, I'm eating it up. Jenny Han said she wanted to make this scene perfect, and girly did. Like, I have no notes. It is amazing. It gives me chills every time I watch it. Like, oh my god, I could go on and on, but yes. Anyway, my camera is about to die, so thank you all for listening to me talk about this show again. Yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully I'll be having some college content. The year is just getting started, so I'm kind of trying to like not stress myself out, but I am excited to be doing some like more vlogs and some more college oriented stuff. I'm in my junior year, so that's kind of scary. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.